Motivation is just what gets us to do what we want to do. Motivation is something that begins within. Some minds are like concrete, thoroughly mixed up and permanently set. Isn't that neat? And then quit griping about your church. If it was perfect, you couldn't belong. Don't give God instructions. Just report for duty. Just show up and take your assignment. So many of us are here to tell God how to do things, when the fact of the matter is, let's show up sometime and take the assignment. Yes, we have choice in order to be able to direct our course in life. That's the way we're created. But also, there's a guiding power within us. The task ahead of us is never as great as the power behind us. Do we really believe that? Have any of you ever gone to sales meetings to be motivated? And your sales manager or whoever the guest presenter is gets up and gives you all of this stuff and gets you all hyped up and you're ready to go. You go out and you sell great for the first 4 hours in the first day. And then by next week, you have to go back to another motivational meeting. I cannot motivate anybody. I can only hope to inspire people by something that I may say might trigger an awareness within them or a new idea that may help to change their perception of things. To present an idea that may resonate at some level within, and then out of that there can become that which gets our moving. Motivation is just what gets us to do what we want to do. And it's that simple. And the realization that I've come to is that everyone is motivated. Everyone is already motivated. And if you don't know the effects of motivation in your life, look at your life. Because you see, I think there's what we might call positive motivation and negative motivation. That is motivation that moves you to do things that add value to your life, to the lives of others, to the context within which you live. And then there's motivation that kind of extracts it, or at the very best is just neutral, normal, does nothing. Paramahansa Yogananda, you know, the Indian saint that came to the United States in 1920. He wrote the book, Autobiography of a Yogi. And it goes something like this. He says, your kind of laziness is to be busy all the time. Think about that. Doesn't that grab you? Now, no one can be motivated. And yet, I think everyone is self-motivated to some extent. You see, we always do what we would rather do than not do. And boy, would I argue with this at various times in my life. We always tend to do what we would rather do than not do. Every action that we take is some kind of a personal response or reaction to something that's going on in our life to fill sometimes we can push ourselves to the point, be motivated to do something that grows out of an obsessive-compulsive desire to accomplish things and compromise ourselves. But I think it's wonderful to be motivated, to have whatever that is in us that is some kind of a response to life to fulfill some kind of a need. How do we motivate ourselves positively? Motivate ourselves positively. Positive self-motivation begins with a transformation of our attitude, or a change of our attitude. And our attitude is a combination of various elements. It's what we think, what we feel, what we do, how we behave, how these all come together to give us an attitude that allows us to be clearly focused on something important in our life, and then to apply that. But in being motivated to do something, we need to be convinced that the benefits that are going to come as a result of what it is we want to experience far outweigh the price that we're going to pay for it. And that makes sense. Addiction is the obsessive-compulsive attachment to something without which we don't feel we can survive. The obsessive-compulsive attachment to something that we don't think we can do without. And that's really it. Take it and look at that and ask yourself, are there obsessive-compulsive drives that I have that are inhibiting my ability to be able to be fully expressed in this life? But the change in lives come when we realize that the cost is just too great. You make the choice and the transformation occurs within you.